Hi, Jany. Let's take a look at your last set of essays here. This is about green energy. Let's see what you had to say. Experts throughout both the developing and developed world are concerned about the growing popularity of renewable energy over the last decade. Some people believe that green energy can minimize cost and protect the environment. However, others think that it may pose a risk to the availability of power. I firmly agree that it is beneficial to reduce costs and help nature. This essay will discuss both sides using examples to demonstrate points and prove arguments. Okay, I thought it was good. I liked it. I don't really have any major problems with it. So let's just move on with the rest of the essay. On the one hand, green energy can create a risk for the availability of power supply. No, the availability of power, okay? Since it largely depends on natural resources. Careful with this. Fossil fuels are natural resources as well. The difference is that one is renewable and the other one is not. So to use this expression here, natural resources, isn't totally accurate, okay? So I think you meant renewable resources. That would have been all right here. This would mean that unpredictable weather may cause a disruption to the supply of electricity and lead to blackouts. Here you want a plural. Whenever there is, this is awkward too, no sufficient sunlight. Whenever there is not sufficient, or even better, would have been whenever there is insufficient sunlight or wind. That's the best way of saying this. However, this problem can be resolved by battery-saving technology, allowing us to save an excessive amount. Don't think you mean excessive. I think you mean an excess amount of energy, and use it, because energy is singular here, when there is a shortage of natural sources. For example, Germany has started an energy-saving method to store solar energy during summer and use it in other seasons. Thus, this process helps them to have plenty of natural sources. Again, you're using this word natural sources. For generating green energy during off seasons. All right, I thought this was wonderful. I really liked it. I might have liked a little more variety in your language. So, okay, you had green energy here, that's fine. And then you had natural resources, and then here natural sources, and then natural sources. So I would have liked a little greater variety in some of the language you used here, but on the whole, I thought this was lovely. I thought it was quite good. On the other hand, using solar, wind, and water as power generating sources could significantly help in reducing the costs of our usage and assist in saving the surroundings, here again you want an S, from carbon gases. Since renewable energy does not require fossil fuels to generate power, there might be no carbon emission in the atmosphere. Okay, I don't know why you have this word here, might. I think you want to say there would be no carbon emission, because we don't really think of carbon emissions as being associated with green energy. So I don't know why you're giving this possibility here. For instance, the installation of solar panels in Japan helped the public to save 80% of their current bills and reduce carbon emissions in the air. As a result, they have this is awkward here, look. They have carbon-free in the air. No, you could say instead, as a result, their air is carbon-free. And they have reduced costs of energy. Okay, or they have reduced the costs of electricity. So something like that, but this little expression here is awkward. Thus, it is possible to state beyond doubt that green energy can shore up to lessen the costs and protect the atmosphere. I don't really care for this expression. What does that mean here? Can shore up to lessen the costs. It's an idiomatic expression. It really doesn't belong here. I'm not really quite sure what you mean by that. So remember, it's more of an academic language kind of essay, so you don't want to use phrasal verbs like that and so forth. So, from the arguments and examples given, although there might be an uncertainty of power, or you know what, this is now the second time we've seen this awkwardness here, availability of power supply, and then here uncertainty of power supply. Why don't we change it around a little? So, although there might be some uncertainty regarding the power supply, or you could say that the power supply might be uncertain. That could have also worked instead. Due to weather issues, I would have gotten rid of the here. I strongly support the view that green energy is better for cost reduction and a better environment. Okay. I thought this was very nice. I liked it. I mean, obviously, when I'm giving you some feedback, we're really talking about details here. In terms of the details, I've mentioned to you some things about vocabulary primarily and some little grammatical things, but they weren't anything too serious. But since you are aiming for one of those higher scores, see if you can correct some of them, some of these little issues that appeared, so that you can definitely be on your way. All right, now let's take a look at the letter to your neighbor about the dog. Let's see what you wrote. Dear Sarah, my name is Jany, your next door neighbor, and I'm writing to draw your attention to the noise your dog makes at night. Let me explain my predicament. Currently, careful here, currently doesn't usually go with the I have been working. So it's one of those time markers that asks us to use a different tense. So instead I would have preferred here, currently I am working in a research firm that requires me to study until late at night, but unfortunately due to the ongoing barking from the dog in your house, I cannot concentrate on my work. Furthermore, I find it difficult to sleep properly at night with the ongoing noise level. Okay, this is now the second time you've used ongoing. Look, ongoing, ongoing. You could have said continuous, okay? And that probably would have been better here. It's due to the continuous barking, and then the ongoing noise level would have been okay. Therefore, the lack of sound sleep leaves me dizzy and makes it an obstacle to performing better in my office the next day. I would request you to reduce the barking, and for this you can spend more time with your dog and train him better. If it does not work, here you really wanted to use if this does not work, which is a better linker to this previous sentence. If this does not work, you can put a muzzle during the night, allowing me to take some sleep at night. I hope this letter does not offend you and you are not considering it as a complaint. Thank you and take care. Yours sincerely. Okay, I didn't really have any grammatical things to say. I thought it was pretty good. There was just that little thing about vocabulary. But on the whole, I thought this was well written. It was neutral. It was neither informal nor formal. It was somewhere in the middle, which is fine. Let's see. What did you suggest? You suggested spending more time and putting a muzzle. Okay. Let's see, maybe some areas that you could have maybe done a little better. I thought this was a little strange. My name is Jany, your next door neighbor. I mean, are you introducing yourself? I thought that was a little strange because if you're introducing yourself to this person, it probably should have been more formal in style. Okay. But if you're not introducing yourself, which I understood that you weren't trying to, then this is awkward here, this my name is Jany. So what could you have done instead? You could have made it clear that you and Sarah know each other. And then you wouldn't have kind of introduced yourself in this fashion. So something maybe like, Dear Sarah, as you know, we have been next door neighbors for quite some time now. And while I have been hesitating to draw your attention to to an issue we are having, I am afraid that I have to. The problem is your dog and the noise it makes at night. All right, so something like that might have made a little more sense as a beginning here, because it was this introduction that seemed a little strange to me. Again, for the reasons that I already said. Then, I thought that maybe you should have had a little closing here on its own, just as in terms of paragraphing. Maybe you should have made this like a closing, leaving it in its own paragraph. But again, paragraphing is not super important in task 1. It's a detail, again, since we're talking about details in this set. I thought you're doing, I think that you're doing really well. I'm really, in general, happy with this set of essays. I know it's your last set of essays with us in this package. There'll be a link in your email to sign up for some more essays if you would like to consider working with us, if you would like to continue getting feedback for your writing. I know that we would love to continue working with you. I don't know if you've set an exam date. I don't remember seeing it in any of your emails, but if you've got a little time before your exam, and you would like to continue working with us, then I definitely recommend signing up for one of those extra packages, because this way we can continue keeping your writing kind of fresh in your mind. All right, so you don't lose any of this progress that you've made. That sometimes happens if you stop writing and then wait till your exam comes, or focus on some other areas of the test. So consider that, and if you would like to sign up for more essays, we're here and we'd love to help you. All right, so whatever you decide, do let us know. We'd like to hear what you're doing, and I look forward to hearing from you. So good luck.